Hi, good day everyone. I'm Joanna, Hazel, Perjes, and today I'll explain to you the rules and regulations of volleyball. Let's start with the service. The team captain compete a toss coin before a game is started. It is to determine the team who will serve first. The winner of the toss coin can choose they might either to serve the ball to begin a play or to receive the serve from the opponent. In serving the ball, the server must hit the ball 8 seconds after the first referee whistled for service. A service is executed before the referee's whistle or signal will be cancelled. The opponent must not attack or block a service. In serving the ball, it is important to serve after the umpire's whistle. The ball may only be served over or underarm. One foot must be touching the back of the court. The ball may only contact the divider net on the serve, but must take it, otherwise the point is lost. Blocking, spiking, or attacking a serve is illegal. The ball must hit cleanly with one hand or any part of the arm after being tossed or released, and before it touches the ground. The player will only have one attempt at a successful serve. The serve may be hit one side wall on you or your opposite side. And the serve must not hit the back wall, otherwise the point is lost. Next is violation. Players are not allowed to touch the ball 2 times in a row. Players may not lift the ball. 3 touches made before the ball reaches the other side. Players are not allowed to touch the net. Players are not allowed to cross the other team's side. Players may not step over while serving the ball. Players are not allowed to taunt. If the ball lands outside the court, a point is granted. A team may only have a limited number of substitutions. A point is granted to a team if the other team cannot follow the procedure. Playing with palm or hands. Double contact, lining, ball, and stepping. So next is faults. There will be a fault if the server violates the service order. The player of the team at the fault must take their correct position at the time the ball is contacted for a serve. The players in the opponent court must be in their proper order. There will be a fault called if a server doesn't execute service properly. Stepping in the service line and not releasing the ball. Failure to serve the ball over the net is a fault as well. Hitting the ball to the antenna is considered an out. Hitting the ball onto the ground outside the playing area is a fault. So next is gameplay. Each team consists of 6 players inside the court. Both teams should submit a starting lineup that indicates the rotation order of the players on the court. This order must be maintained throughout the set. Inside each team's side of the court are 3 players in the front row and 3 players in the back row. The game starts with the service. In this manner, the referee will whistle to cue a player to serve the ball. Most matches are made up of either 3 or 5 sets. Each team is allowed 3 successive contacts of the ball in order to return it. But individual players may not touch the ball twice consecutively. The ball may hit any part of the body. Front row players may complete attack, hit, and any height of the ball in back row players. They are allowed to attack if the ball is lower than the top of the net. And also, in attacking back row players are not allowed to step across the front zone. 2 timeouts are allowed for each team every set and will be last only 30 seconds. 2 substitutions are allowed in each game for each team, and the libero does not count as a sub. The game continues until one of them scores 25 points and 2 points ahead. Next is playing the ball. Touching the ball in an attempt to block does not count as touch. The same player may be the first contact. Contact with the ball must be brief and instantaneous. Scooping, lifting, pushing, or carrying the ball in a form of holding. A ball clearly hit from a position below the ball is considered as a good hit. Receiving a serve ball with an overhead pass using an open hands is not necessarily a fault. A player is not allowed to attack the ball on the opponent's side of the net. A libero is not allowed to have attack hit and if the entire ball is higher than the top of the net. Play will continue during the serve even if the ball makes contact with the net and crossover. So next is the blocking. Blocking is the action of the players choose to the net to intercept the ball coming from the opponents by reaching the higher than the top of the net. Blocking may be legally accomplished by only the players who are in front line service. Backline players may not participate in a block. The team which has affected a block shall have the right to 3 additional contacts after the block. Any player participating in a block shall have the right to make the next contact, such as contact counting in a block shall be legal provided it is during attempt to intercept the ball. Blocking and spiking a ball is prohibited. A block ball is considered to have a cross net. So next is the scoring system. A team scores a point by successfully grounding the ball on the opponent's court. When the opponent team commits a fault or error, when the opponent team can receive a penalty. To win a game, a team should win 3 sets with scores of 25. In case with a tie, 24-24 playing in continuing until 2 points lead is achieved. 24-26 or 27 to 25. In case of a 2-2 set tie, a fifth deciding set is played to 15 points with minimum lead of 2 points just like on this set. Next is the rotation and position. At the moment of the ball is hit by the server, each team must be positioned within its own court in the rotational order except the server. The position of the player are numbered as follows. The 3 players along the net are front row players and occupying the 5 or the back left, 6 the back center, 1 the back right. Relative positions between players. Each back row player must be positioned farther back from the center line than the corresponding front row player. The front row players and the back row players respectively must be positioned laterally in order to indicated in the rule. The position of the players in the determined of the control according to the positions of their feet contacting the grounds as follows. Each front row players must have at least a part of his or her foot closer to the center line than the feet of the corresponding back row player. Each right or left side player must have at least a part of his or her foot closer to the right or left side than the feet of the center player in that row. After the service hit, the players may move around and occupying the next position being assigned. Teams must rotate appropriately in a clockwise manner. So next is the libero. In 1998, the FIVB introduced a new specialist role, the libero. This player wears a different colored uniform from the rest of the team. Can be substituted in back row for any player in the team. The libero cannot serve, spike the ball over the net, or rotate into the front line positions but plays a vital role for the team in serve perception and back row defense.